Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, July 7th, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day, and the final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades. And I say this because during the day you have the algorithms, you have the day traders like myself that are moving prices around. At the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithm because they're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best information, and best technology, and I consider them to be the smartest money on the street. Therefore, making my buying and selling decisions based upon those end of day levels, in my opinion, offers you a long-term edge in your trading, and that's always what we're looking for in our trading, is some kind of edge. So thank you for coming today. It's always nice to see everyone. I hope you are having a good day. I hope that by spending your time here and investing your time here, it is helping you with your trading and your investing. So currently, the Dow is up 90 points. It's up 0.26%. The NASDAQ is up 7.86%. I'm sorry, 7.86 points, up 0.06%, almost flatline. And the S&P is up 16.85 points, up 0.38%. So, all right, well, here is the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them going forward. I did have one day trade today on love that I will share with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board where my students have their positions. We're going to take a look at those positions one by one. We're going to see where they entered. We're going to see what's going on with them presently. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Most important skill you can ever learn in trading is the ability to follow your plan and fight your emotions. So we'll spend a few minutes there. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal's scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. The first is I need to have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio based upon the support below me and based upon resistance above me. 2 to 1 is my minimum. If I'm risking $1,000 to the downside, I need to be able to make at least $2,000 or more to the upside. That's where you get the asymmetrical math, and that's what you need in trading. You need to be able to make more to the upside than you're losing to the downside. That is the key. And then lastly, make sure you have a complete trading plan regardless of what kind of methodology that you're using. You need to make sure that you're position sizing for volatility. You need to make sure you know what your maximum allowed loss is. You need to know what your your emergency stop is, where your end of day stop is, where your overhead resistance levels are, where your intraday profit targets are, and then also you need to have a good trailing stop methodology in place so that if you have profits, you don't give them all back. So using those three criteria, going through the watch list, going through the scanner, I do have a lot of end of day candidates today that I will be going through. We'll look at each time frame. We'll look at multiple time frames. We'll look at the risk to reward ratios. We'll look at the setups. And if I find something that looks good before the close of the market, right before the close of the market, I will go ahead and buy it. After the market closes, if you have any questions for me, please let me know. If you need any clarification on anything, please let me know. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the close, just go ahead, put them in the live stream chat, put an emoji by it so I know it's time sensitive, and I will do my best to get to it before the close of the market. And then lastly, after the market closes, or excuse me, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please wait till the close of the market or after the market closes so that I'm done trading, I'm done teaching, pressure's off, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get everything taken care of for you, okay? So I'm gonna run the US legal disclaimer. If you can hang tight for about 40 seconds, I will be back. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okie dokie, let's see who is here. Kamal is here. Hello, traders. Hello, Kamal. Nice to see you, my friend. Appreciate everything that you do for this channel. I really do. I'm sure everyone else does, and hope you're having a good day. Dan says, hi, Greg and all from Florida. Grateful the hurricane spared us. I am grateful for that as well, Dan. That is good to hear, and it's always nice to see you. Johnson is here. Hello, hello, Greg. Hello, everyone. Hi, Johnson. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day or good evening wherever you are. Tracy Peterson is here. Good to see you, Trace. Always nice to have you here. Oh, there's Paxton right there. So hello to both of you. Steve Burns says, hello, traders. Nice to see you, Steve. Always an honor, always a privilege to have you here. You know I mean that, and I know everyone else does as well. Steve says, Holly, which is Steve's wife, has rotated her SAND cryptocurrency into crypto real estate in the Sandbox game, at the Sandbox game. She has a runner, Sand, cryptocurrency position remaining that's up 37.58% from her entry through selling NFTs. Oh, well, that's interesting. I hope the, let's see, has rotated her sand into crypto real estate. So I hope the crypto real estate goes up. Thank you, Steve. And I hope you're having a good day. Michael is here. Hey, Lova. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. Ava is here. Hi, Greg and everyone. Nice to see you as always, Ava. Hope you're having a really good day. Steve says, Holly is getting deep in the crypto world. Wow. Well, there you go. I hope she does well at it. I really do. Frank is here. Hi, Frank. Good to see you. Hello, Greg and group. Nice to see you, Frank. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you, as always, for everything that you do for this channel. We appreciate your poems and everything you do. And thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. So, all right, well, let's head on over, take a look, see what's going on. Gary, Tracy, and Paxton and I, we did buy GDX, which are the GDX ETF gold miners. We bought with an under 30, over 30. We bought at 33.99. Has moved up since the entry, moved up, gapped up nicely yesterday, down a penny, down 2 pennies today. Has not moved to my 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, so I'm not going into trailing stop mode whatsoever. But so far, this trade not up a lot, but it is up 1.45%. Goldman Sachs. I did buy Goldman Sachs. Let's see, am I the only one left? Yeah, I'm the only one left in Goldman Sachs. I bought it with the 1030 EMA crossover. If we look over at the 1030 EMA chart, I bought it when the 10 crossed over the 30. That's a good back-tested moving average crossover for Goldman Sachs. Is down today 0.59%, and it does look like it's going to close below both the 10 and the 30. When that happens, my rules call for me to get out of half of my position. I would get out of my other half if the 10 actually crosses under the 30. So I'll have to watch this one at the end of the day. I think I can watch this one over here. No, I can't, because that's a 50 instead of a 30. So I will kind of have to watch that one. Good example here of taking profits when I had some profits, to lock in some profits at profitable levels, and then also to reduce my risk if the market turned down like it did for here. So that's just another reason, and why my preference is to scale out every day a portion of my position if it goes up a certain amount. SPY. I did buy SPY. The overnight SPY trade, I bought it yesterday at 432.93. Gapped open this morning 433.72. So I bought at 432.93. Looks like I made 77 cents on the overnight trade. I will be buying that again today at the close. VIX. Okay, so I did buy VIX yesterday intraday when it triggered a V2. Here's a V2, day 1, 2, 3. I didn't wait for the close. I bought it right when it triggered the day one's close. Also was a false breakout to the downside, up about 0.5% today. And so far on this particular trade, up 2.59%. And I did hit one profit target actually earlier today at 30.20. Here is CMG. CMG has been a great trade. I did buy CMG back here with a intraday rejection of the 250 and a V1, bought it at 1343.05, moved up nicely, got to my trailing stop level, then I had a close below the previous day's low. I sold half at about 1371, but then just had this monster leg up that I've just been riding and riding and riding, and right now, it's up 1.28% today. I did hit one profit target today at 1578.44, 1591.54. It's still holding the 70 RSI. I'm just looking for a close below the 70 RSI to get out of the trade. This particular trade is up 15.21%. So grateful for that. I did have a nice day trade today on Love, which is Southwest Airlines. And I'll show you this one back here. Kamal, if you're out there, you and I were talking about this as far as taking higher low V1s or V2s when they're not in the value zone. And what I told you was that I kind of look at the third ATR channel similar to I would look at the -1 ATR channel. So what happened is we sold off. We went under the -3rd, over the -3rd. We came back, we back tested it, just like when you back test the -1 ATR channel. And then I had this V1, a higher low V1 that rejected the -3rd ATR channel instead of the 1 ATR channel. So you remember that telephone discussion we had. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I bought it at 51.43. Gave it a little bit of room to breathe on this big up bar. I sold half at 51.70. Next bar continued up with the momentum. I sold it at 51.83. Next bar continued up with the momentum. I sold it at 51.94. And then one more. I got out here right before the close at 52.08. It was right up against the third ATR channel, and that was it. So I got in at 51.43, out at 51.70, out at 51.83, out at 51.94, and out at 52.08. So that was a really good day trade. Only one I've had. Let's see. I still have, let's see. Okay. Yep. Okay. Tim is here. Good to see you, Tim. Hope you're doing well. Watched the Suns beat the Bucks last night. Wish I could watch that game, but I did watch the highlights. I like both teams, actually. Tim said, Steve, Steve, I think you and Holly should do a video course. They have a video course, Tim. They on newtraderu.com. newtraderu, U as in the letter U.com, and they have great trading video courses. I have watched them. So go to newtraderu.com, Tim, and you'll see. Steve says BON chart is crazy. It's a new IPO. Wow. Yeah. A lot of selling going on up here. That's what drove it all the way back here. Wow, Bond Life. David says, hi, Greg and group. Nice to see you, David. Hope you are doing well. Gary says, hi, Greg and group. Good to see you, Gary. Hope you're doing well. Tim says, on crypto. I don't think specifically on crypto, but you know, technicals are technicals. Any good trading approach should work on any time frame. And on any market as well, Tim. Let's take a look here. Give me 1 second. Okay. Tim says, I have a few of their other courses and they are great. All right, excellent. Steve says, hi, Tim, no crypto yet. All right, well, let's head over. Tracy and Paxton did by Scott's Miracle Grow. Double bottom, bullish divergence, under 30, over 30. That's a nice setup. Confluence of signals, it is down 0.39% today. It is holding the 30 RSI so far. So this one is down on the day. And it's slightly down on the trade. PLCE, all right, Tracy and Paxton took PLCE, return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside, V1. I really like this trade. I didn't take it, but I really did like this setup yesterday. They bought at 95, it's 90.75, it's down 4.56% today. You know, if I was in this trade, I would be getting out of here because it's closing below halfway of the washout bar. SSRM. Jonathan bought SSRM with a nice confluence of signals, under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, and a V2. Bought it at 15.59. It's 16.18. It's up 1.06% today, and on the trade, up 3.83. DDM. We have Miko in DDM with the 1030 EMA crossover at 71.26. It's currently 72.79. It's up 0.57% on the day, and it is up about 2.12% on the trade. UPST, Tracy and Paxton bought UTST at 124.80. It's currently 117.34. It is down 2.16% today, and it is also down on the trade. Alibaba, oh my gosh, look at this. Up, down, down. That's too bad. Jonathan bought Alibaba at 213.87, and I don't know if he's scaled out of anything here or not. If he's around, John, let us know. Gary also sold Alibaba put the 290, 195 put spreads expiring the 17th at $200. The 200, 195. It has to stay above $200 by July 16th in order for him to make money. So this has not been good here, and Alibaba has just really given all of that back. DKNG, David, Gary, Kamal did buy DKNG at 50.10. Moved up nicely, but today down big, down 4.29%, down on the day, down on the trade. CSIQ, Kamal bought this with a 520 crossover at 40.34. Moved up nicely, then came back. Today it was up big, but big turnaround today. V1 to the downside, lost the 200-day moving average as well. True, Gary did buy True. Return to value, sideways motion, V2 trigger at 534. Moved up, glad he sold half here. Then moved up again, and now we are coming back down. Still up on the trade, but down on the day. Boots, Frank bought Boots here at 78.60, moved up nicely. I'm glad Frank sold half into that strength. Came back down, tried to go up, made a lower high. Now it's down 2.2% today, but Frank looks like is still up 2.81% on the trade. Yeti, Tracy and Paxton bought Yeti with the 520 crossover at 92.20. It's 92.41, so it is up on the day, and that is up on the trade. And then lastly, PKI. I get confused with this one because I have this as well. All right, David bought this with a 520 crossover at 146.20. It's currently 155.46. It is down on the day, but it looks like David is up 5.98% on the trade. So that's pretty good. Steve says a lot of moving average crossovers on BTC and ETH, but small position size has to be kept small. Yes, for sure. Yep. But I mean, I think the 520 works well on BTC, not BTH, BTC, if I'm correct, Steve, and Ether. Tim says there was an article on CNBC, China cracking down on stocks that trade on US. Interesting. Yeah, there seems like there's been some tensions there. David says, I sold DKNG at entry level this morning. I will update at the end. Okay, great. Great, great, great. Okay. All right, so the Dow's now up 101 points. Nasdaq's up 11, S&P up 16. So we're green across the board here. But it seems there's a lot of things down for us to be up, doesn't there? So we have 122. All right, let's go over and let's talk a little bit about trader psychology. I have my favorite Facebook and Twitter channels that I like to follow. Of course, my favorite is Steve Burns, who's in the chat with us right now. This is a post from Steve over on Facebook at the New Traders, Rich Traders channel. Great channel. You should come over and apply to that. Steve's there, Kamal's there, Tom Basso's there, Mark Minervini's there. I'm there, and let's see what Steve has to say. Most successful traders grind out returns over time with their edge. Real trading is not as glamorous as it is portrayed. Boy, isn't that the truth, right? How is it portrayed? You get up, slippers, boxer shorts, you sit, you trade. It's super easy. You make 10% a day. You go out, you jump in your Lambo, you go and visit all your friends in their mansions, come back, press a couple buttons, make $1 million, and pretty good day, right? Well, as you know, that is not how it works. And what Steve described here is exactly how it works. It's a grind, everybody. Anyone ever play poker? Professional poker players grind it out. They have an edge. They know the numbers. They grind it out, make a living by grinding it out. Casinos have an edge. They grind it out. They spin that ball. They deal those cards. They throw those dice. They don't win every hand, obviously, but they have an edge, and over time that edge plays out for them and ends up in their bank account. And this is the same for trading. Most successful traders grind out returns over time with their edge. Real trading is not as glamorous as it is portrayed. Take the long view on trading, everyone. Each trade is just one of the next 1,000 trades. Think of yourself as a casino, taking a trade equaling rolling the ball on roulette, dealing some cards, throwing the dice. If you're trading correctly, using good risk to reward principles along with support and resistance, that's where your edge comes from. But you have to grind it out. We know how it is. We don't make money every day. We don't make money every week. We don't make money every month. We have drawdowns, but in the long run, we have to take the long view of trading. So don't get hung up on one particular trade. Don't get married to one particular trade. And what you should do, however, is subscribe to Steve Burns over at S. Joseph Burns over on Twitter. Now, I have a double header here. I don't know who this is from. Sorry that I cannot, what's the word? Credit it because I don't know who this came from, but along the same lines as what Steve said here, this is 100% true. Successful trading is boring. Some of my teachers and mentors said, Greg, if you're having fun, if it's exciting, you're doing it the wrong way. And it's so true. Successful trading is boring. It's the repetition of the same rules, principles, and process over and over and over again. I don't look for excitement in trading. I look for excitement in research, backtesting, and working on my mindset. When I read this, Kamal comes to mind. Kamal doesn't look for excitement in trading. The excitement for him is in the research, the back testing, working on his mindset. So anyway, I hope you get that. It's boring. Trading should be boring. Think of yourself as the casino, just constantly rolling that ball, throwing those dice, dealing those cards, letting your edge play out. So anyway, hope that was helpful. Thank you, Steve, for a great post. That was helpful for me. I hope it was helpful for you. And appreciate, as always, Steve, everything that you do for this channel. And please subscribe to Steve at @SJosephBurns on Twitter. Visit his website, newtradingyou.com, and you'll be glad you did. Okay, let me take a little look-see over here like this. 163.11. No, 161.11. All right. All right, so we'll scale that back a little bit. Okay, done. And yes, that all looks good. Did I have a Frank poem? Oh, there it is. It snuck away from me, Frank. I'm sorry. Sometimes, you know, the screen that I see with your, if it scrolls quick, sometimes I miss them. So thank you. I forgot whoever it was. Oh, that was George. Thank you, George. All right, let's see what Frank's poem has to say today. Trading is a waiting game. It's finding the right stock and taking aim. It's persevering whether there is sun or rain. It's taking gains made stronger for managing risk and avoiding pain. Drop the mic, everybody. Frank just dropped the mic and walked off the stage. How good is that? Let's read it again. Trading is a waiting game. It's finding the right stock and taking aim. It's persevering whether there is sun or rain. It's taking gains made stronger for managing risk and avoiding pain. Wow. Wowzers. How good is that? Thank you so much, Frank. I mean, can we give Frank a hand? And like I said, he just dropped the mic and went, take that, and left. He is not in the building anymore. Frank, thank you so much. George says, hi all, good trading to you. Steve says, thanks, Timothy. Steve Burns says, a lot of, oh, I read that one. Okay, David says, okay. Oh, so I skipped over all those. I apologize. Tracy says, Steve, our copy of your book is arriving tomorrow. Fantastic. You're going to love that, Tracy. Let me know how you like it. Steve says, thanks, Tracy. The paperless turned out great in the publishing process. That's great. Dan says, great, Frank. Sam says, fashionably late. Hello, all. Well, better late than never, Sam, and thank you so much for coming. Ava wants to look at IRM. Iron Mountain. Well, okay, so Ava, it's a V1, not a thorough washout, and it is a false breakout to the downside from this range. No really volume to speak of. It's a bullish engulfing bar. Let's look over on the weekly, Ava. Holding the 10 EMA, which that is good. Hey, it's a bullish engulfing bar. It's up 1% today. You know, a couple ways you could look at that. You could just take it over the 50 and use the 50 as your stop. That would give you a good risk to reward ratio. Another option is that you could just use halfway of today's washout bar from a Fibonacci standpoint. It should hold there. It's right up against that 10-day. I don't know. I think if I saw this, I'm not sure it would jump out to me as far as going, oh, I love this trade, but that's just my honest opinion, Ava. Steve says, half my watch list charts are bearish and the other half are bullish. We are at a crossroads here. I agree. Steve says, profitable trading can be boring and annoying while bad trading can be very exciting but unprofitable. That's true. Let's go with the former. Let's go with profitable trading can be boring. Really, that's the way to do it. It's less stressful. Just take the casino approach. Might not seem like you're making a lot of money at like in the short run, but over years and years and years, the compounding effect of, you know, your position size growing, I'm sorry, your account growing, and therefore your position size growing. It's just like anything else, right? If you take the long view, it's better than trying to rush it. You're 100% right, Steve. Paxton says, clap, clap. Thanks, Frank. I hope I can follow the book, Steve. George says, PPG has a V2 in the value zone sideways mode. All right, let's look. Well, pretty good setup, I have to say, George. Not really sideways motion. Sideways motion is when I have return to value. Then I need sideways motion. But this is one heck of a higher low V2. I mean, this is about as perfect as you can get. The only concern I have is it's 49.73. Let's take a look and see how high we got at the high. We touched that 50 and came back. So technically this did reject the 50. Let's look over on the weekly. Weekly looks good. I mean, we have the support of the 1 ATR channel. I like it. I actually do like it. I would like it better if it could close above the 50 RSI, because I don't think it's rejected it, because it's at the high of the day. It's 49.97. So it's a fractal. Here's the high with two lower highs to the left, high with two lower highs to the right, higher low V2 in the value zone. MACD looks like it's crossing. It looks pretty dang good, George. Frank says, thank you, Greg, Dan, George, and Paxton. Steve says, let me know what you think about the book, Packy. That sounds good. Okie dokie. Let me go turn off the air conditioning. I am freezing over here. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Okay. All righty. Give me 1 second. Tim says SABRE has a V bounce 200. SABRE. SABRE. I can't pull that one up, Tim. I'm sorry. That one's not available in my charts. All right. Well, before we look at new, let's look at old here. GDX up on the day, up on the trade. I don't see any issues with that. GS, Goldman Sachs. I will sell half if this closes below both the 10 and the 30 today. So I'm going to have to watch that one very close at the end of the day. SPY making a new high on the day. Nice little overnight SPY trade. VIX is up. So my VIX trade's doing nicely. Wait, did we reject the 30 or did we reject the 50 today? If so, no, not yet. So that one's fine. I'm keeping. CMG is just cranking on up there. It's like the easiest trade ever, just waiting for a close below the 70 RSI, and that will be that. Looks like DDM's making a new high on the day. Tracy said, we found it under Sabre. SABR. That makes more sense. Whenever the ticker symbol has lots of letters in it, I usually can't look at it. Yeah, that's good. I like that a lot. I like that a lot, Tim. It's a false breakout to the downside from over here. It's a rejection of the negative third ATR channel. Boy, good spot. Good spot on that. Looks like it bounced at the 30 RSI and a V1 and a close back above the 200-day with a good risk to reward ratio. Everything about that I like. SABR. Weekly, I would prefer if it had some confluence with support at like the -1 ATR channel or the 50. It's kind of right in between here, but that is a good risk to reward ratio. Lots of signals, false breakouts at the downside, V1, rejection of the -3rd ATR channel, bounce at the 30, and a close back over the 200. Excellent, excellent work, Tim. Frank says, fundamental fact, the Asian Tiger Fund stock symbol is GRR. Grrr. Well, I have a fun fact. I was in the chewing gum business and our company went public. What do you think our stock symbol was, Frank? It was on, I'll give you a hint. It was on the NASDAQ. That's right. It was GUMM. That was the ticker symbol for my company. So that's good. Asian Tiger Fund star is grrr. All right. Tracy said we found it under Sabre, right? Looked at that. Good, good, good. Oakley dokley smokily. What are we doing? Oh, I know what we're doing. We're getting ready to check stuff out. How about that? Okay, if we look at Bitcoin real quick, Bitcoin is still hanging in this zone between the 200 and the 250-day moving average here on the CME chart. Is up to over 2% today, which is good. But the support, in my opinion, is here at the 250. The resistance is at the 200 above. CCL. Carnival Cruise Line. All right. Well, I was looking for an under 30, over 30 on Carnival. We've had a massive, massive sell-off. My gosh. Where's the bottom? I have no idea. I'm looking for a trigger under 30, over 30. Let's look over at the weekly. Weekly does not have any weekly support under it. Like, I mean, it crashed through the -1 ATR channel. Down here at about $21, we'll run into the 50-week moving average. But anyway, it's kind of a moot point. I'm not going to buy this today. Lockheed Martin. Well, Lockheed Martin has a nice higher low V2. Here's day 1, 2, and 3. 2 washes out 1. 3 closes above 1. Only thing is, I don't think I'm going to buy that. I mean, it's an under 50, over 50, and a V2. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly has the 1 ATR channel resistance above it. It really depends how this closes. I wouldn't even think about buying this unless it closed above the 50 SMA. If it had already rejected the 50 SMA today, if I owned it, I would sell part of it. So I'm not going to buy a new position that I would sell part of it with the rejection. But right now, I mean, technically it's okay. It's okay. Love. Oh, I had Miko in love. Looks like right now it's under the 200-day moving average. It's way under the 30 RSI level. I still would buy it with the rejection of the 200-day moving average, even though it's under 30, because I have some valid support below it. Have to watch Southwest here. I would be interested in buying this if it could close above the 200-day moving average. MasterCard. I would look at this as a short. We have this big down bar, huge down bar on huge volume. We rallied, and now we have a lower high V2. This would be a short position. I don't think I'm going to short this, but I did want to point out that when you have a big down bar, you rally kind of close to halfway, and then you have here's day 1, 2, 3. Day 2 goes higher than day 1. Day 3 looks like it's going to close below day 1's close. That wouldn't be a bad location for a short there. The washout bar is yesterday's bar. So basically, if this were to be shorted, any close back above would get you out with a close above halfway of the washout bar. Not going to short this, but this was a good example. A lot of people ask me about shorting, and I say wait for a big bar, rally to halfway, look for a lower high V1 or V2. This is almost perfect, actually. McDonald's. McDonald's has a confluence of signals. We have a 520 crossover, and we have a V2. Here's day 1, 2, 3. 2 washes out 1. 3 is closing above day 1's close. So that is a higher low V2, and it is also a crossover. So not bad. actually not too bad right there. TLT, we have a confluence of a 70 RSI and a 200-day moving average. That's a lot of overhead resistance. I was considering shorting this, but it would have to close under 70. I'm not going to short it above 70, but it did tag that 200 almost perfect. And but I'm not going to do anything with TLT. ECL earlier in the day was closing was above the 200-day moving average and a V2. Here's 1, 2, 3. 2 washes out 1. 3 was above day one's close and it was above the 200, but now it is untriggered the 200 and the V2, so not interested in that. WSM does have a fractal breakout. Here's a high with 2 lower highs to the left, 2 lower highs to the right. It's also a V2. Day 1, 2, 3, 2 washes out 1, 3 closes above day one's close, and a 520 crossover. I can't remember. I think Lily will know the answer to this. Did the 520 crossover, is that back test well on WSM? I tend to think it kind of does. CLB, nice confluence of signals here, under 30, over 30, under the 100, over the 100 MA, under the negative third, over the negative third, and a V1. Lova pointed this one out. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly smack dab in the value zone, so that one is pretty good as well. AFL has a higher low V1 back into the value zone. It's a 45.52 RSI. I think MACD has gone positive. It's false breakout to the downside. This one's not too bad either. Plenty of shares traded, over 2 million shares. Let's look over at the weekly in the value zone. This is a good example, everyone. Return to value, sideways motion. If you're trading it on the weekly, you would just need to have a V1 or a V2. But yeah, this one is pretty good as well, I have to say. And DVA, DaVita, has a nice false breakout to the downside and very close to, let's see, the close is 122.44. So let's put the line there. Oh, I got it. Okay, so McDonald's, Southwest under the 200, WSM has a 520 crossover. I'm going to get rid of MasterCard. I am going to get rid of LMT. Core Laboratories is okay. ECL, no. Carnival Cruise Line, under that 200. Under the 30 RSI, excuse me. TLT, still above the 70, so no. AFL, higher low V1 in the value zone, not too bad. And DVA, false breakout the downside, and it has successfully triggered the V2 here. Weeklies moving sideways, found support. All right, so those are the ones that I'm gonna have to get the fine-tooth comb out for. Give me one sec. Okay. Ava wants to look at STX. Pretty good. Higher low V2 in the value zone, right, Evan? Up nicely on the day. Wait, did I just look at this? I look something just like it. It's not bad. Let's put that over there as well. Okay. I have to keep my eye on Goldman Sachs here with the 1030. Currently, it's still under. If it holds over, I will hold it. If not, gotta dump it, half of it. All right. So let's go through one by one again here. So McDonald's does backtest well. It doesn't backtest like, Holy Hamburgers backtest with the 520 crossover, but it does backtest. 520 crossover and a nice V2. Looks like MACD is very close to triggering. If we look at the weekly, it is holding support of the 1 ATR channel beneath it, so it's pretty good. All in all, I have to say, I can't really find anything wrong with it. So McDonald's is definitely a possibility. Southwest Airlines. I've been a little partial to looking to buy Southwest Airlines. Well, I did, but I had to get out of it yesterday. But, right now it's under the 200, so that one really is not in play at the moment. Steve says, I am in cash here, and the only thing that is close to a signal for me is snow with the 520 crossover. Let's look at snow real quick. Oh, yeah. I show it as crossed right now, Steve. 242.95 to 242.91. So that's a potential for Steve today. WSM. Looks like it has a 520 card. Oh, good. Here's exactly what I was looking for. Ava says STX looks like maybe Oracle before moving up. Oh, yeah. How is your Oracle doing today, Ava? Let's take a look. Woohoo! Look at this beautiful trade. Yes, you're right. You're very right. What a beautiful trade for Ava. Proud of you, Ava. Look at this. She bought this higher low V2, and look at this. This trade, wow, that's amazing. This trade currently up almost 8%. Way to go. Lilia says the WSM 520 crossover, although we did have a really good 520 trade a few months ago, and it backtested so-so. 12% net positive with 30% profitable trade. Okay, so kind of, but, it also has a V2 as well. It has the 50 above, which is a little scary. Weekly's right in the value zone. 473,000 shares traded. BYM or BMY. Yeah, that one's a little high for me right up there. The values are, it's rejected the negative 1 ATR channel. CLB, nice confluence of the 100-day moving average under 30 over 30. AFL, higher low V1 here. DVA, 520 crossover and a V2. And sticks with a higher low V2. I like Williams Sonoma with that crossover and the V2, and I like the potential on the weekly, you know, we have some room to get up to that 1 ATR channel. A lot of volume here on CLB today as well. And I like where we are on the weekly. I like CLB the best today for me. I like CLB. I like the confluences. I like the under 30, over 30, under 100, over 100. I like the weekly right in the value zone after a pullback. So yeah, that's what I like today. I like CLB. SMG is holding the 30 RSI. Oh, hold tight. Okay. And I am going to have to check Goldman Sachs, see if we're holding or if I'm holding or not. Right now it's under that 30 EMA, in which case, let's see, 368.44. So what do we have? About 5 minutes. So I'll have to watch that one carefully. Steve said, yeah, it just crossed. Michael says, Ava, explanation point. Frank says, awesome, Ava. Ava says, thanks. Yes, what a great trade on Oracle. Congratulations, my friend. Really, very proud of you. Okay. All right, we have 5 minutes to close. I like CLB in the value zone. That's what on the weekly, and then the confluence of signals here. So I'm going to buy CLB today. And I'm going to go ahead. It's under 50. So, or the 30. So I am going to sell half of my Goldman Sachs. I sold half here because the price crossed under both the 10 and the 50. Let's see, CMG is holding the 30 barely. CLB, yeah, I like CLB. I mean, there were a lot to choose from here, but yeah, there's a lot of them. DVA, it's a nice false breakout. The downside, don't know if it's going to trigger that V1. It is a V2. It is right now. AFL looks good as well. Sticks looks good for sure. SMG barely holding that 30. All right, I'm going to go ahead here and buy CLB. All right, I'm done. I did sell half of my Goldman Sachs. I did sell, that's it. I sold half of my Goldman Sachs, and I did buy CLB, and I will be buying the S&P, the overnight SPY trade, of course. BABA making a low on the day. We have a couple minutes left. Steve says, now Snow is uncrossed for a photo finish. Kamal says, not going to buy anything today. Kamal's getting out of DKNG. Frank says, out of boot are made for walking. I knew that was coming. Nancy Sinatra, right? No new trades. Okay. Dow Jones is positive by 100 points. NASDAQ did turn red. S&P still positive at 1359. All right, we have about 30 seconds left on my end. VIX has gone back positive. All right, everybody, that is the day. Let's see where I got filled on whatever. All right, so I bought SPY at 434.46. I bought CLB at 36.92. $434.46 on the overnight SPY trade, and CLB bought a little early, and I bought at 36.92. All right. Well, there we go. So listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me that they would like me to update on the board, this would be the time to put them in the live stream, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get them all updated. Real quick, before we get to that, I just want to remind you that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I think I'm a good teacher. I know I teach a really good course. It is a total of 15 hours, 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours. And in those 5 sessions, I teach you my 5 different trading approaches. And I teach you step by step, whether you're advanced or just a beginner, doesn't matter. I teach the same way. And I know by taking this course, when you're done, you are going to be a better trader. There is no doubt about it. I've taught people from all over the world and produced some really, really good traders. So if you're interested in improving your trading, you might want to consider taking this course. I think the one-on-one dynamic is very, very important, so that you have your teacher right there. You can ask as many questions as you want. I'll answer as many times as you need in order to understand it, but it's very important to me that my students do well. I care about every one of my students, and I want them to succeed in trading, so I do put everything I have into teaching that course. It is $1,750, but it is worth every single penny. I can promise you that. And so if you're interested, send me an email. Email is in the link of this video. Just say, hey Greg, thinking about possibly taking your course. I will reply and say that's great. Let's do a Skype call. Skype call is free. I just want to learn more about you and your trading challenges, your trading goals. It's a good time for you to ask me any questions about the course, and then after the call you can think about it as long as you want. And if you decide in the future that hey, I want to start improving my trading, email me back. We'll get it set up and we will start the course. Secondly, I do have a really good online video course available at udemy.com. The link is in the description. The course is very affordable. It's like $12 or $15, but don't let that fool you. It's 9.5 hours of video, 9.5 hours of instruction. I teach you exactly step by step how to trade the deep dip buy stock trading strategies. One of my favorite strategies, the one I use today, as a matter of fact, on CLB. But again, the link is in the description of the video. Do yourself a favor, invest the $12 or $15, watch the video. That will make you a better trader, I promise you. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It helps to build the channel, helps to keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some valuable content. So if there was anything on here today that was helpful for you, if you could remember to hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here, I would really, really appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. Kamal is at a DKNG. Okay, so I've got Kamal at a DKNG. Frank says at a boot. Okay, nice trade, Frank. I'll take you at a boot. Ava says, Greg, was there anything not to like about McDonald's? No, I think McDonald's was pretty good. That was probably my second choice. I mean, it is a crossover. It's a nice V2. I think it was the weekly. I think it was this big down bar a month ago that caught my eye, and we are above halfway of it, but I get scared of big down bars on volume. And it was, it's above the 1 ATR channel, which is okay, but I liked CLB better on the weekly because the weekly was in the value zone. So that's why I opted for CLB. Whether it was the right decision or not, I don't know. We will find out tomorrow. Other than nutritional info. That's good. That's good. Steve is long snow. Oh, okay. So that re-triggered. Oh, sorry, I'm putting in the wrong thing. All right, so Steve did buy snow with, yes, it did cross over for sure. All right. So here we have Steven. With the 520 crossover. Let's put EMA just to be precise. And Steve bought at 248.96. Done and done. Michael says, don't forget that Monday was a holiday. That means trash day's tomorrow. Oh, no, it doesn't. That's what I thought, Mike. I went to put my garbage down and I went, oh, they're not going to be here. It'll be here tomorrow. I take it back up and you know what happens. I heard the sound. I went running out there like a crazy guy, and they just laughed at me and flicked their ashes as they drove out of my cul-de-sac. I know they love to do that. David is out of DKNG, so yes, they came on the right day. All right. Tracy is out of DKNG. Did I have you in? Yes, I did. Out of PLCE. Okay. Out of UPST. Okay. Good trade. Following your rules. I know it was a losing trade, but you followed your rules. That's important. In sticks. Looks good. Okay. And in CLB. Gary is out of DKNG, so I think that clears the board on DKNG. Out of True. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. Good trade, Gary. And in CLB. Okay. Misha, how you doing, Misha? Do your strategies work on higher volatility markets like crypto? Yeah. I mean, listen, any good trading approach should work on any time frame or any market. And whether it's crypto or stocks, I always account for volatility, Misha, using the value of the two ATR reading. So yes, it's easy to account for volatility to change your position size larger or smaller depending on the volatility. But yes, absolutely 100%. Any robust, the word is robust, any robust trading strategy using good trading principles should work on any time frame and any market, regardless of the volatility, because you are going to adjust for the volatility in your position size, if you trade the way that I trade. So yes, the answer is yes. CLB, and thank you for coming, Misha. David is in Okie dokie, Smokey. Paxton says, thanks, Reagan, everyone. Paxton says, we got rejected on snow at the bell. Okay, so no snow for Paxton and Tracy. All right. What's happening after hours? Anything exciting? SPY is down. Qs are down. About CLB? Unchanged. That's good. That is good. You are welcome, Misha. All right. If you have any other questions or comments or jokes or fun facts, put them in the live stream. We will cover them all. Before we do, I always like to finish off with this. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfeld. It's a good saying. It's good advice. It makes sense. We should do it. Let's just all go out and do one random act of kindness today. to a human. Ideally, if we could also do that to an animal, that would be twice as good. It would make their day. It's going to make your day. It's a win-win all around. And I just think it's a good policy. And maybe one day when you need it, somebody will be there for you to give you a random act of kindness, and it will come full circle. So thank you, Martin Cordfeld. I always like this saying, you know, don't have a big platform here, but nonetheless, it's a platform. And so I like to end off on something positive. Sam says, thanks, Greg, and everyone. Have a great night. You too, Sam. It's nice seeing you as always. You have a nice evening as well. All right. And did anyone take anything else? Ava? Ava's a student of mine. She can come up on here. Ava, did you take anything today? Michael says, thank you for everything, Greg. You are welcome, Lova. Nice to see you. And thanks for pointing out that CLB trade to me today. We shall see how it works out tomorrow. Obviously, no guarantee, but I do like those confluences of the under the 100, over the 100. At the same time, you go under the 30, over the 30. And to throw in for good measure, we rejected the negative third ATR channel. We have a V1 on, it triggered a V1 today. And again, what I not most like, but what I like about this trade is that on the weekly time frame, we are back at value. That's what I like about it. So that's how I analyze the multiple time frames. All right, so Ava took sticks. There is Ava and CLB. All right. Oops. And David, what happened to David's name? David, and let me put Ava, let's get Ava up here on Oracle, because that was a beautiful trade. On Oracle, look at this trade, everybody. Wow. 70.54. Did you see that, Ava? It held above the 70 RSI. So that's a good sign. So let's get this up there. But look, everybody, this is a perfect example of a nice, just higher low. Of course, they don't always work out this way, but you know, it was a nice higher low V2, moved above all the moving averages, came on some increased volume, and look at that. That's a monster. Really happy for you, Ava. Let's look over on the weekly. It's above the previous high. We're 68.47 on there. I mean, you know, could it keep going up? For sure, it could. 100% for sure. Is the majority of the move done? I don't know. My gut feeling would be yes, but what do I know, right? Thanks a lot, Greg, and all. Thank you, Ava. All right. Any fun facts, Frank? Any jokes? Anyone have a joke? No. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for today, everyone. Thanks for coming. Have a good rest of your day. Go out and do something nice for someone. Drive safe. Be good to yourself. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't. That would be great. Ava says, I only have a quarter of Oracle left. Okay. Awesome. That's great. So if it gives it all back tomorrow, you would mitigate your loss to the downside. So I'm glad to hear that. But have a good rest of your day, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Have a nice evening. And what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. So I'll look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow at Thursday during the last hour. So take care. On the way out here, I have to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.